Hello, welcome to verbling.com, the best place on earth to learn a second language. My name is Geoff Watson. I am from Vancouver, and hello, English students. I'm looking for some hard-working English students who are ready to do some reading of real English, who are ready to watch a 4-minute video of real English, and to listen to a 7-minute radio broadcast of real English. And the goal, the objective, is to understand it all. And that's why I'm here. I am here, just like all of the other Verbling teachers. That's to help you with your pronunciation, with the meanings and definitions of the words, and of course, most importantly, understanding the content. So we have 3 types of content: lots of reading, some viewing of a video, and some listening to a radio broadcast. And so, excellent. I would like everyone, please, it's very important to download the document from the verbling.com site. So this document is called A5. And if everyone could please download that document. I have prepared it for us, and now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Verbling chat box is working. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the Google Hangout chat box. You can switch to that on the left-hand side of your screen. And what I'm going to do is put the name of the document in the Google chat box. And just a reminder to everyone here at Verbling, it's very important that people keep their microphones muted. So if people can please turn on their microphone when it's their turn to speak, and to please turn off their microphone when their classmates are speaking. I'm going to turn on the screen share so that everybody can see exactly where the microphone button is. So please, in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you need to click on this to turn off your microphone and then to turn on your microphone when it's time to speak. You can also do it by placing your cursor on your video image, and a little menu will pop down. So let's get started, because we have lots and lots of content to work through this hour. The topic of this hour is about the economic situation in the United States. Now, there is a major recession in the United States, and many middle-class families have had financial problems and have fallen into financial difficulty. And so what I would like to do is to bring up the document on the share screen. And again, I'd like to ask everyone to please keep their microphones muted right before it's your turn to speak. And I'd like to bring this up here. So our title is American Families. Now, I've changed this a little bit from the document. American families struggle. It's difficult for them, struggle to survive their fall from middle class. And here is a picture of one of the families that is shown in a documentary, in a film documentary. All right, and so what I would like to do is to ask people to say hello, if you can tell us where you're from, and then let's begin reading this article about these American families who are having financial problems. So, Farad, are you there?
Yeah, teacher,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Hi,
Where are
teacher.
you connecting from?
Okay. I'm from Pakistan.
Okay, thank you. Could you please read the information that's under the photograph?
Uh,
On the share.
yeah, yeah, sure. From daughter and her family ultimately moved into her mother two-bedroom apartment because they couldn't make rent.
Okay, so again, this means that this woman and her two children they could not afford to pay rent, and so they moved into her mother's two-bedroom apartment. Okay, and could you please continue reading this?
Yeah, it's a visual not parent wants to picture a child describing what it's like to live in a house with no power for light, heat, or cooking. For many middle-class American parents, it's hard to imagine that family ever facing a situation like that. But a new HBO documentary suggests that many seemingly prosperous parents are only a few misfortunes away from dark houses and empty refrigerators.
Okay,
Refrigerators. You,
congratulations with your English. Thank you for starting the class so quickly. Excellent. And so, what we're talking about are middle class, prosperous, relatively wealthy families in the United States having difficulties, maybe losing a job or having a big medical bill that they needed to pay, something like that, and they're unable to pay their rent, they're unable to pay the power bill, they're unable to buy food. And this is something that for many middle class American families and parents, it's hard to imagine. They can't believe that this is happening to them. But unfortunately, for many families, it is. All right. And so what I'd like to move on is this paragraph here. And I would like to say hello to Gold.
Hi.
Yes, hello, Gold. Where are
Hello.
you connecting from?
I'm connecting from Algeria.
Okay, welcome. Could you
Thank you.
please read the text that's on the screen here? Or if you're
Yes.
reading from your document?
I'm reading from my documents.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah,
The
you're
film
welcome. Yes, the film American Winter follows the personal stories of 8 middle-class families in Portland, Oregon, who were hit hard during the Great Recession. Once financially stable, they now find themselves struggling.
Please
It's
continue.
okay?
Yes, wonderful.
Yes. Right. Emmy Award-winning filmmakers Joe and Harry Gans, known for their old series Taxi Cab Confessions, show desperately trying to make ends meet during the winter of 2011, even as headlines everywhere indicate a recovery for America. I continue? Do I continue? Sorry. Do you hear me? I don't.
Does not.
I think we lose the connection.
No, sorry, I don't know what happened. Hello. Hi,
hello.
everybody. Sorry, I don't know why I was muted there. Thank you. Please, thank you so
My
much.
voice
Gold.
off.
Yes, please. Your voice off, please. Yeah. And so, yeah. And so, what we're going to do is we're talking about a documentary film that was made by an American filmmaker They won an Emmy Award, which is, I believe, an award that people win for television shows. And it's about the Great Recession. And we're talking about Portland, Oregon. And so this is a situation where I want to show this map here. So I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and Portland, Oregon is here, if people can see that. And so really there are a lot of similarities between Vancouver, Seattle, and Portland. It's a very nice city. Unfortunately, I think it's probably fairly expensive to live there. And so this is the story about 8 middle-class families in Portland, Oregon, who have been really negatively impacted by the economic crisis in the United States. So great. So let's move on.
Teacher,
and I'd like to, yes,
teacher,
please.
Recession. What does recession mean?
A recession.
Yeah.
A recession is a financial term for the fact that the economy is getting smaller.
Okay. And the falling down of economy, I think. May I right?
Well, no, we don't really say falling down. In English, what we say is maybe the failure of the economy.
Okay, failure of the economy. Okay.
Yes, okay. The economy is getting smaller. It is not growing.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Thank you for your questions. And I want to invite everyone to ask questions. And so I'm going to move on to Gul. Hello, how are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. And you?
Yes, good. Thank you. And where are you connecting from?
Turkey.
Welcome.
I'm from Turkey.
Could you read this for us? It begins with Deidre.
Okay. Deidre Mason, John Cox, and Pam Thatcher are 3 of the parents featured in the film. All 3 are college educated, and at one point considered themselves middle class, a group the film refers to as the most endangered species in America. Mason, Cox, and Thatcher live in different neighborhoods, mingle in different circles, and have different backgrounds. But in 2011, they all had one thing in common. Their financial struggle brought them to Portland's 211 info emergency hotline.
Okay, and I'm going to get you to stop there. Thank you so much. And so I want to review the information quickly. And sorry, I'm going so quickly this hour because I want to get to the video and to the radio broadcast. And so the people in this article are 3 parents. They 3 different parents from different families, and all of them are college educated, and all of them in the past thought of themselves as being middle class, making a good income. But unfortunately, many people in the middle class are having financial problems now in the United States. And so, and some people jokingly say, although it's not funny, that the middle class in America, in the United States, is an endangered species because of the financial problems. Okay? And this is saying that the 3 adults, the 3 parents that we're going to meet and read about are different. They live in different neighborhoods. They have different circles of friends. And they have different personal histories or backgrounds. But the one thing that they do have in common is that they are struggling. They are fighting. They are working hard to try and deal with financial problems. And they actually phoned the city's, this is Portland's, the city's emergency hotline. Okay, asking for information, and for help. And so maybe here's an explanation of why this person called the emergency hotline. Ines, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, welcome. Where are you connecting
Hi,
from?
I'm connecting from Cameroon.
I'm sorry, where?
Cameroon,
Oh, Cameroon.
in Africa.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Welcome. And
Thank
could you
you.
please read the text that's on the screen?
Yes, of course. My husband Brandon went out to look for work, and I was stressing because I had very little few diapers. I was worrying about formula. Thatcher tells NPR she is married with two young boys, and it was the first time she had found herself in need of assistance. I went ahead and called 211 info, and I was actually looking for help with rent or utilities.
Okay, I'd like to stop you there. I'm going to ask you to read some more, but I want to make sure that people understand the vocabulary here. So, why was she stressed? Why was she worried and afraid for the situation in her family? Anyone,
Because
please?
her husband,
Yes? Yes?
because her husband has had to look for a job and she
Right.
had very few diapers left.
Good. Yeah, and little diapers, that's not correct. She actually made kind of a grammar mistake. And what is formula?
Formula is like a combination of two.
Well, yeah, sorry, in this context, formula means baby food.
Oh, okay.
So she had very few diapers left and no baby food left. And so she decided to call for help. And what kind of help was she looking for?
The rent
Teacher,
or
Yeah.
teacher.
utilities.
Yes, paying rent and go ahead, please.
Utilities.
Yeah, and what are utilities?
Sorry?
A daily thing, daily bills are just like this.
Like, for example, the household bills?
Yeah, and put something to for food buying or this kind of thing. Just
No,
kind of, we
well,
say utility bills and
utilities.
this.
Ismail?
Electricity, natural gas, and water bill.
Yeah, exactly.
For
So the
paying them,
utilities,
I think.
yeah, it's water, gas, and electricity. Exactly. Okay, so kind of a scary situation. And again, remember, now I don't necessarily feel sorry for these people. Now, I am a good person, and let me, I'm going to turn off the screen share here. Hi. I'm a nice person, but I want to point out that these were successful Americans living very comfortably. And so when they had problems and fell from a very prosperous, comfortable way of life to a way of life where they cannot pay the rent, they cannot buy food or pay for the electricity, this is something very frightening, shocking, and shameful for them. And so it's as much of an emotional problem as a physical problem. And so this is part of the story. This is part of the story. And so, yes, a question?
Teacher, what does a diaper mean?
Yes, good. A diaper is the piece of disposable clothing that you put on a baby.
Okay.
And the baby...
I just like a pamper,
Yes.
this kind of...
Good, thank you.
Okay.
That's an excellent example. Pamper is a brand name of diapers. Good. Thank you so much. Those are great questions. Ines, could you please read the next paragraph for us?
Oh, of course. For Cox, a housing crisis is what led him to seek help. American winter shows him struggling to control his emotion when he has to ask his father to help paying the bills before he was laid off 3 years ago. Cause was an accountant who earning a nearly 50,000 salary. He had never really thought about social services or public assistance.
Okay, great. Let me help you with thought. Thought?
Fuck.
Yeah, I hope that people see that I'm trying to, the pronunciation is like the word hot, but
Oh,
with TH, thought, thought.
fuck.
So that's think, to think. $60,000 salary, so you can translate that into your own currency. He was making good money,
Oh,
but
yes.
he was laid off. Now, this is what happens to people. To be laid off means that your employer ends your job and tells you to leave the business, but not because you're a bad employee, but just because there is not enough work. And American Winter is the name of the film documentary. Okay, and so this man, who is an adult, had to ask his father for help to pay the bills. And this was, again, emotionally very painful for him. Okay. All right. And so I wanted to move on to the next person. And Ismail, could you please tell us where
Yes,
you're connected from?
I am connecting from Turkey. I am Ismail.
Yeah,
I
please.
had a
And could you read this?
I had a little bit of compassion for the folks who rely on social services, but I never thought it would happen to me, he says. In fact, I was so oblivious to it, I didn't know how to go about getting the assistance. As for Melson, she sometimes donated her plasma and often spent weekends picking up scrap metal to make ends meet.
Okay, great. Thank you. And now the information in the first paragraph, these are the words of the man who was the accountant, and he was making good money, but he got laid off, and he didn't even know how to ask for financial help. And so, yeah, he felt sorry. He had compassion for people, which are folks. Folks is a slang word talking about people. But he never thought it would happen to him. But it did. And so now he was phoning for help. And there is another person now. She sometimes donates her plasma and picks up scrap metal. So this is scrap metal that she picks up and sells. And this is somebody donating the plasma, which is the liquid part of their blood. In the United States, you are paid for those donations. So it's a way for people to make money. Any comments from people? Any questions?
Yes, I
Geoff,
have.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I
Yes.
yes. So I know that in America, when you have a child and it doesn't work, government can help you, can come into help, can help
Right.
you.
Yes.
I don't understand why those people we don't have work and they have a children can ask to government to help
That's
them.
right. And so part of this is that, yes, they are asking for financial assistance and they will receive it, but it's only a little bit. And it's relatively a small amount of money. And if you go from $60,000 a year to maybe only, I don't know, maybe only $12,000 a year, that means some big changes in your life. And so these people are going to lose their houses, and these people are going to lose all of their savings. And again, the point that I want to make is this is a very embarrassing and shameful thing that's happening to these people. And so unfortunately, they feel very emotionally upset by this. Do you understand, Ines?
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand. They want
They
to
were-
keep the same level of life.
Yes, exactly. They were living the American dream, and now they can't. And so they're very, very upset by this. Yeah, great. But thank you so much for your question. Yes.
Teacher,
Go ahead.
what does abluis mean?
Sorry?
Abluis. What is the meaning of oblivious?
Oblivious? Yes.
Yeah.
Oblivious means that he was blind to it. He never thought of it. It never
Okay.
entered his mind.
Okay.
So he never ever thought that he would need social services. So
Okay,
it didn't exist. Please,
Okay.
again.
And what about the confession?
Compassion.
Compassion. Okay.
When you have feelings for someone else who is having difficulties, someone
Okay.
who is in a bad situation or in a sad situation.
Okay, someone in a trouble. Okay.
Yes.
Mercy.
And you feel good for them. You feel emotions. Yeah.
Okay. And teacher, I heard that in a most of the in majority of the country, people sell has a kidney and blood to just due to the financial crisis. And I heard that it is common in Africa and this kind of country, in a poor country.
Okay,
People
now
still
what
has
we're talking
kidney.
about, what we're talking about is in the United States, and the people are selling the liquid part of their blood or donating blood. So this is the situation here. Thank you. And so,
Sorry, may I ask you a question?
Yeah, sorry, Max?
May I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
I want to know meaning. There is some word laid off.
To be laid off
He was laid off 3 years ago.
Yes. Now that means that his employer, the company that he worked for, ended his job and told him to leave. But not because he was a bad employee. It terminated his job.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
But not because he was a bad employee, just because there was no work. The economy was bad and there was not enough work.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
that's a phrasal verb. All right, and so let's keep going here. Great job, everybody. Great questions. Manen?
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Welcome. Where are you connecting from?
I'm from Algeria.
Great. And so, could you please read the text that's on the screen?
Okay. Public and private shame. In American winter, all three of these parents express a sense of shame at ending up in their current situation. There's a stigma attached to people who ask for assistance. Mason explains, people have the tendency to believe that there was something that you did to make yourself get in that situation. And now you're begging, when in all actuality I don't think any of us here did anything particular to get into our situations. I think all of it was based on each of us basically losing our source of income.
Okay, great. And so, if you lose your source of income, that's your job, essentially, you're going to have financial problems. I'm going to show you a picture of somebody begging for money. That's a very negative word, so please be careful using it. And you understand shame. Now, if something little happens, you can feel embarrassed. But if something big happens, important, you will feel ashamed of yourself, or you will experience the emotion of shame. And so all of them are incredibly embarrassed and they feel ashamed of themselves for being in or ending up in their current situation. Okay, and there is a stigma, so a negative judgment attached to people who ask for financial help. All right, questions, comments? Okay, let's move on. Now here's a man on the street. We say panhandling, but essentially he's asking for money, and you could say, remember it's a very negative word, but he's begging for money. Kind of strange because he seems to be very well dressed with nice clothes and a nice backpack, but that's another situation in North America. So begging is asking for money, but it's a very negative word. All right, let's keep going here. Max, could you tell us where you're connecting from?
Yeah, I'm from Turkey.
And could you do the reading for us, please?
Teacher describes a different kind of stigma she felt during a trip to a church assistance center. She says people were talking about her wedding ring and her kids' clothing, suggesting that she was doing fine and didn't really need any help. They sat right next to me, and they were saying it's a normal conversation. As you and I are, she says, and it killed me. It's already hard. It's already degrading. And for someone to sit there in a casual conversation and talk bad about you, it hurt me so much more.
Yeah, could you continue, please?
Yeah. But public shame wasn't the only source of pain for these unexpectedly impoverished parents. The sting of being unable to afford things for their children was particularly harsh. At one point in the film, Melson is shown talking with her son about a wrestling tournament he was invited to. It's a national competition in Nevada, and it cost $500.
Okay, and so her son is an athlete. He does the sport of wrestling. I think we maybe call it Olympic wrestling, because this is a real sport as opposed to the Hollywood wrestling. And he has a chance to go to a national competition, but it's going to cost $500. Okay, and so will they be able to afford to pay that money and send him to a national competition, which is pretty big in the United States? If you can compete at a national competition in the United States, you must be pretty good. You must be a very good athlete. Yes, go ahead, please.
May I ask you a question? There is a word which is I don't know the meaning. Impoverished is getting poor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So to become poor. Yeah. Thank you. And so this is a native speaker using some different words to make the writing more interesting. So unexpectedly, they became poor. And now we're talking about shame and public shame. And so what happened to the previous lady? There was a big change of topic here. So in the first paragraph, what was the lady talking about? Thatcher. This is kind of difficult, but did someone understand?
She talked about she was on a church, I think, and
Yeah.
they said that he was a beautiful ring, and
Right.
and their children was dressed very well, but
Yes.
she asking for help, and they didn't understand why, and she
Yeah.
said that she is hurtful because they don't understand that she is in need.
Yes, okay, wonderful, thank you. And that,
Yeah,
when students repeat information like that, it confirms that you understand everything. And so, remember, we're talking about successful middle-class people who are in a financial problem. And so, yeah, they have a nice wedding ring and nice clothes, but they're in financial crisis. And so it kills them to ask for help. Now, I'm not saying that this is correct, but they are very proud of themselves, and so the situation kills them. It's degrading. It's painful for them to have to ask for help. They feel like they're begging for help. And when other people look at them and say, "What are you, lying to us? You don't need help," that hurts them even more. All right. So let's find out if this mother can send her son to the wrestling tournament. What do you think? I'm going to ask, hello, Mehmet. Mehmet.
Hello,
Yeah, hello, welcome. Where are you connecting from?
I am connecting from Turkey.
Okay, could you please read this text for us?
Yes, unfortunately, he was not able to make it. Nelson tells NPR, and that has to be one of the hardest things as a parent, is to not to be able to provide these things for your child. A once in a lifetime opportunity has gone by because you can't afford it. You feel like a failure. Teacher felt a similar sense of shortcoming around the holidays. I know that we didn't have a Christmas. She says, I know that I couldn't buy one gift. That was one Christmas that you can't buy your children anything, and that hurts so bad. It's
Okay,
so
and
much shame.
sorry, I'm going to get you to stop there. Thank you so much. So that really hurt. So what were the two things that really emotionally hurt this woman? Anybody can help here?
Yes.
Sorry, can you repeat it?
Yes. So we just read, Mehmet just read two paragraphs, and these were the words of one woman. What were the two things that really hurt her emotionally?
Can I speak?
Yes.
She can't afford to her child what he wants, and it hurts her because she wants to offer it to him, but she can't.
She couldn't.
She
Right.
couldn't. Yes.
This was
I think it was about.
Sorry, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And someone else? How about the next one? She's talking about Christmas. I'm
Yes,
here to
Geoff.
help you. Yes, Ismail. Go ahead, please.
She has
Okay, teacher.
a bad
Sorry,
situation.
Ismail, go ahead.
She has a financially bad situation, and he couldn't buy anything for your children
For her children.
at Christmas
Okay.
as a present,
Right.
and it was difficult for
Yes.
her.
Okay. So we're talking about the emotional impact of all of this. She felt like a failure. It really hurt her not to have the money to do the things, to offer the things that she wanted to her children. Now, whatever your opinion is of that, that's fine, but this is how she felt. All right, great. I'd like to move on. And so we have Pablo. Welcome, Pablo. Where are you connecting
Hello.
from?
I'm connecting from Spain, from Madrid.
Excellent. So could you please read this text for us?
Yes. With so much shame surrounding their situations, some might wonder why American Winter's family agreed to be filmed. This is hard, Cox says, but we are not doing this just for us. This is not happening just in Portland or just in Houston or just in Philadelphia. This is happening nationwide, and a lot of people think it's just them.
Okay, and what I'd like to do is actually I'd like to stop there. We have some additional information, but I'm going to stop. And so great job, everybody. And now what I'd like to do is just to get a quick comment from everybody. And so first of all, Pablo, do you have a reaction or a comment to this?
Well, I think it's a complex situation because it's a really hard change in your life.
Yeah.
Can it change from a day to the next? You are, for example, fired from your job, and you lose all your economical potential, or
You lose your income.
you lose your income. Maybe you have a lot of things in mind that you were going to pay, for example, a travel or a new
You have a
car.
lot of dreams and yeah, sorry, yeah, and you have a lot of bills to pay. Sorry.
You know, maybe a mortgage, for example, and
Right.
it difficults a lot your life.
Yeah.
Can
And so
make it impossible.
yeah, and the middle class in the United States, many of them were not saving money. They were actually borrowing money to buy more things.
You know,
Ismail, are you a manager of making people silent?
I think Geoff has a connection problem.
We have read in the and I mean that we have read it and we learned that just like the other country, America, which is a superpower country and a stable country, have also some financial crisis and people live a miserable life and even parents are unable to fulfill their children dreams, and this is really a good bad thing and just kind of the thing how just we described just okay teacher
Yep, I'm back.
okay
Great
thanks
job.
God. Okay,
Thank you for hanging out, everybody.
okay,
So thank you so much. Now I'm going to put on the share screen. We're just going to keep moving. You guys are doing a super job. What I'd
okay,
like to do is just to show the YouTube application on the left-hand side of your screen. Please click on the YouTube application on the left-hand side of your screen so that I can show you the YouTube video. This is from the documentary, so you're going to see some of the people who you read about. And so a quick comment from everybody, from anybody? Okay,
Teacher?
yes, go ahead, please.
No, I just have a question. I don't understand why these people didn't save money for the
Yes,
hard days.
yeah.
I mean, they were
Well,
paying very well.
if you can keep track of my classes and look for the topics, I'm going to do a class about the amount of debt that Canadians and Americans have. It
Okay.
is crazy. Everyone is borrowing money. Remember, that was part of the financial crisis when everybody was lending everyone money. And so Americans, many Canadians are not saving any money. Not only are they not saving money, they are borrowing money and
Okay.
buying more things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're paying the price. Let me play the video. It's approximately 5 minutes long. Let me just stop the film here for a bit. So can people see it? And can people hear the video?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, that's
So those were the people that we were reading about. The one man who was the accountant has a son who has special needs. He has Down syndrome. And there was a family who couldn't pay the light bill because they needed money to buy food. The young family with two young children are going to move home and live, are going to move and live with their mother. Yeah, so these are the stories that we were reading about, and I'll continue.
Wow.
Okay, so thank you. So we read most of the article and we watched the video from this documentary. And now what I would like to do is to get some comments from people about what you think. And you can feel free to make whatever comments you make. And so what do you think of the situation in the United States? Are many families facing the same situation in your country? Do you agree that society and the government should help people who have financial problems, or should they need to solve these problems on their own? And so what I would like to do is to go to Pablo. Pablo, do you have any comments?
I think about the question you have made, that the government needs not only to give financial help to the the people who most need it, but they need to promote employment, because people doesn't like $1 or $2 or some amount of money. They like to have occupation in which spend their time and make a living for it. They need a job.
Yeah, that's going to be a big challenge in the United States, is to find people jobs.
And in Spain too.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me, but
Oh,
I
yes.
think that
Go ahead.
we talked about United States, right? But
Yes.
there is job, there is employment. It's just that people who is have the high level of the life, the high class,
Yes.
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 And
A
she,
high standard of living.
yes, and those can imagine themselves do the work like dishwasher or the small
Yes.
job, the small job. I don't know how
No, no.
to say that. Do you
No, no,
understand
I
what
think
I
you said
mean?
it well. They're not thinking about doing a job like washing dishes
Yes, but
because they want to maintain their high standard of living.
yes.
Right.
So
Okay.
there
Thank
is
you.
job.
Thank you for your opinion. Thank you. And remember, I don't. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Well said, Mehmet. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
I had the same feelings in 2007. I lost my job. The doctor told me that I couldn't work in a factory from now on. And I had some problems in my family because I couldn't earn my living, and I had to change my profession, and I had to go to courses, and I began to my living. Yeah, it was difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. No, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. But that's what people need to
me
do in the
too.
United States. If they can't do their old job, they need to get training so that they can do a new job. If they can't find a job where they live, they need to move to another place where there is work. Excellent. Manen?
Exactly.
Yes, our teacher, I think that they should find them jobs, new jobs,
Mm-hmm.
because these people are healthy and they are ready to work to earn the money for their families. As I saw from the video, they are not all seeking for help. They are not willing to stay home on the sofa and wait for help. They would like to do something and to buy their kids gifts for Christmas, or the other woman to cover the insurance of her daughter
Right. Mm.
and pay the debts she has. So I think that they should give them they should give them like new jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ismail?
Yes, Chef. I think it is a systematic problem. We have lived some economic crisis in my country, but we have a little different culture, different than, other than in the US. People are sharing your bread with each other in my country. There are some solidarity and cooperation between people, and the relationship in families are hard,
Are close.
are close.
Yeah.
For
Are strong.
example, yes, some people are losing their job, and all the family members, all the relatives are helping them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can see that the one girl is going to move in with her mother, but this is the situation in the United States: is that embarrasses people. People are emotionally hurt by that. So, Ines, a comment from you, please.
Yes, I just think that those situation is it's bad. It's a bad thing, but is those people just want to live like that because, like I said, I don't understand how that situation can be happen to someone who has like $50,000 by month is
No,
uh
per year.
per year. Yeah.
Yeah, per
It's
year.
just
No, okay.
unbelievable.
No, I thank you so much. Gold, a final comment from you, please.
Yes, I think that the society is the problem. We read it in the article. The size of the society on those people is very hard. In the beginning, I think that help from the government, financial help from the government, is uh, not a good solution, but a temporary solution to those people for be strong to find a job and
Yeah.
to take care of their family. I think
Okay.
it's the solution.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And Farad, a final comment from you, please.
Uh, okay, so as I live in Pakistan, so there are a lot of financial crises in Pakistan. I need to tell you that some people, the men.
Farad, are you there? Hello, Farad. Turn on your microphone. Okay, so we've lost him. Am I here? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
So,
Yes.
so thank you so much for your participation. And so I hope that this has been interesting for you to take a look at
Yes.
how American society is reacting to the economic crisis. And so there you see a little bit of some real American families and how they are reacting to the financial problems in the United States. So thank you so much for your hard work.
Thank you too.
Remember,
Thank
you are
you.
welcome to come to my Facebook page and give me specific topics of things that you are interested in. So take care, everybody, and I hope to see you in another one of my classes soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Geoff. Thank you,
Goodbye.
Rob.